So you saved up $2,000 and you're looking to build a gaming computer for 4K gameplay. But you're not too sure on what components you should build within this price point to get your best performance. That's what today's video is all about. There's timestamps in the description below. Certain part of the video you'd like to jump to, you're more than welcome to do so. Some other links down that may interest you. Don't forget the all that fun YouTube stuff on your way down that description box. Without wasting all your time, let's flip you over here and I'll show you my recommendations for building a $2,000 4K gaming computer here in 2022. Here we are, guys. More on PC Port Picker. As you can see down at the bottom, we are in the $2,000 price point. We are at $1,918.66. To start out this build, we have the Intel Core i5-12600K, which is overclockable. It is a 10-core processor. It does have the performance cores and the E cores, which is a big thing for the Intel 12000 series or 1200 series. I think it's going to be pretty good performance for 4K gaming. To be able to keep that cool, we have the Intermax Liquid Max 3 240 ARGB all-in-one liquid cooler. You're going to go with the 12600K, 700K, 900K. You're going to definitely need an all-in-one because they do produce quite a bit of heat. I think this 240 millimeter all-in-one would be just fine for that 12600K. For the motherboard, we have the ASRock Z690 PG Riptide LG 1700. Pretty good looking little board. It's got a little bit of ARGB accent on it. It comes with pretty good ratings on it if you're looking at Amazon or Newegg. And by looking at the VRMs with a little bit of heatsink on them there, I think this board will be fine for the 12600K that we're putting in this system for today. And why I went with the DDR4 memory motherboard is just to save a little bit of money because there ain't a whole lot of reason to go with DDR5 right now, and it's still pretty hard to get and it's pretty expensive. So to save a little bit of money, we went with a DDR4 system. Speaking of the memory, we got the Silicon Power 32 gigabyte, which is two 16 gig sticks at 3200 megahertz. It does have a cache latency of 16 to it, and it does have some ARGB on it for you to give you a little bit of that bling. It'll go good with the ARGB inside the case that we got picked out for today's build, and it'll go good with the ARGB of the all-in-one liquid cooler that we're putting on the system. And for the storage, we have the Western Digital WD Black SN850 NVMe 4x4 speed NVMe SSD, which is 1 terabyte. It does have good ratings on Newegg and Amazon, and a lot of the reviewers out there that went over this drive says it's one of the best ones in the class. So $2,000, I think we could fit it into the budget, and I think you'll be very happy with the speed you get out of it. For the case, we have the Cooler Master Masterbox MB511 ARGB. This does have pretty good front airflow to be able to get air into your components. It does come with 3 included ARGB fans, and it'll fit all components in it pretty good. If you don't like the look of this case, you could always go with something else. Just try to stay within the same price point that we got in today's video. To power everything, we went a little bit higher than what the GPU says we should go with. GPU says it should be 750 watts. We went with the EVGA 850 watt GQ210 semi-modular power supply. This should be plenty of power to power the system with the way we got it built, and for some modest upgrades in the future. And for the graphics card, which everybody's been waiting for, we got the Gigabyte Gaming GeForce RTX 3080 Ti 12 gigabyte card. Everybody knows the prices on good GPUs have been coming down here lately, and I think this is a pretty good deal for $1,000. It says $1,100, but you also have a promo code, so it takes it off the price automatically, so it makes it a $1,000 card in today's shopping if you get it from Newegg. To run down through the prices we got for today's build, we have the Intel i5-12600K for $249.99. We have the cooler, which is 240 millimeter with the ARGB for $79.99. We have the motherboard, which is the ASRock Z690 Riptide for $159.99. We have the RAM, which is Silicon Power for $97.97. For the storage, we have the Western Digital for $149.99. And for the graphics card, we have the Gigabyte GeForce RTX 3080 Ti 12 gigabyte card for $1,000. For the case, we have the Cooler Master Masterbox MB511 ARGB $95.75. To power the system, we have the EVGA 850 watt 80 plus gold certified semi-modular power supply for $84.99. Like I showed you at the beginning of the video, we do have a total of $1,918.66. Alright guys, so that's the components I came up with that I would recommend for someone to put together a 4K gaming computer here in 2022. I did go with a little bit under the $2,000 budget. I did that to make up for that promo code that's going on the GPU. If you're watching this in the future, you may not get that promo code, so you may miss out on $100. So it kind of makes up for that and still keeps it on a $2,000 price point. Also, if you can get that graphics card or graphics card in that tier lineup, you know, you could always add an extra ARGB fan to the case, or maybe some LED strips or something like that if you like, or maybe get you some custom cables for it to make it look a little bit better. But I like to leave a little bit of wiggle room inside the budget. That way you guys can add that customization to these PC builds I put together for you. There's some links in that description below. May interest you. Don't forget to all that fun YouTube stuff on your way down that description box. You all have a good day, and I'll see you in the next video or live stream.